What's up, y'all? Sensei Skocy here, and today we're doing a tier list for all of the mainline Pokemon games. Which, before I start, this is my opinion. I'm not an expert on video games or game production, just as a person who has played and beaten most of, if not all of these. I'm rating how I feel about them, looking at them through the lens of trying to play them in 2025. So, let's get started with Gen 1. Original Red and Blue. I'm going to put in D tier because they are kind of atrocious to try and go back and play. Like, they're so slow, they're so glitchy. Yes, they brought a lot to the table, but that Gen 1 stuff's just... it's so hard to actually play through now. I'll rank Yellow in bottom of C tier because getting all three of the starters and some fixed sprites does make it slightly more playable, but it's still pretty bad. So I've played Gold, Silver, Crystal. Have not beaten vanilla versions of them yet. But I think I almost want to put Crystal at very bottom of A tier, very top of B. Oh, real quick, we can explain our tiers. S tier is God tier, best video game of all time tier. A tier is extremely good, just really good. B is your average tier. Still a good game, but for a Pokemon game, it's middle of the road. C tier is still good games, but as far as Pokemon goes, very low end. And D tier is just for both Pokemon and games in general, not really that good. Or not really worth playing in 2025. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Yeah. I don't know, I know for like Nuzlocke, Emerald is worse. So that kind of hurts its replayability because you have to do the double team fights. I don't know, I really enjoyed Gen 3. I've beaten both Ruby, all three of them. I've beaten all three of them. Absolutely love them. I think Emerald goes to A tier. Ruby and Sapphire, top of B. I think Emerald's under Crystal. Yeah. Alright, Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm putting them above Crystal. If you're gonna play Kanto, or play Gen 1, you want to play through Kanto, I think Fire Red Leaf Green is the way to do it. Those games are just... I've beaten both of them at least 3 times. I absolutely love Fire Red and Leaf Green. That Leaf Green and Diamond were the games I had growing up, so some of that is bias for me, yes, but yeah. Diamond and Pearl. They're really good, but they're slow. We're gonna put them in bottom of C tier, and I will explain why because I think the best way to play through Gen 4 is Platinum. If you want to play through Sinnoh, you should just play through Platinum. And that kind of puts Diamond and Pearl so low because they're just so much slower and harder to do. Platinum fixed everything, not everything, but fixed most everything wrong with them and made it the definitive one to play. And although I've only beaten Platinum once, I've beaten Diamond twice, post-game and all. I've only beaten Platinum once, but I think Platinum is one of the greatest Pokemon games of all time. It's so good. And again, I don't think Diamond and Pearl are bad games, just as far as Pokemon games go. I think they're higher than Gold and Silver, actually. Because it's kind of the same with Crystal. If you're going to play through Johto, you should just do Crystal. If you're going to play through Kanto, you should do Fire Red and Leaf Green. So it kind of bumps these all down a little bit. Which actually, I think by that logic, I am actually going to bump Crystal and Emerald down a little bit. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Actually, no, we leave Crystal up there. I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver are amazing. But I think something about Crystal, I think they are tied with Crystal. I think both, it is, if you just want to play through Johto, either Crystal or Heart Gold or Soul Silver are the option. I put Soul Silver ahead because I had Soul Silver, so bias. But yeah, I think any of these games are the way to play through Gen 2. You could play through regular Gold and Silver, but there's no real reason to when Heart Gold and Soul Silver exist, or Crystal. Next up, Black and White. Everyone's gonna be mad at me because I'm putting them in B tier. Really good story. Should still play through them. They fucked up with the Pokedex. All the cool mons that I actually want to use, I can't because they evolve at like level 9,000. So, and then everything else that is good stat wise looks stupid in my opinion. Or stuff that evolves at decent levels just aren't very good. So I don't like playing through them because of the lack of availability of Pokemon that evolve at decent levels. But I think they are still very good games, at least story-wise. And the post-game's a lot of fun, but you have to get through the main game to actually get to the post-game, so. But Black and White 2, I would put at the top of A tier. More Pokemon options giving you the ability to not have to deal with things that evolve super early. Plus it's a actual sequel with a continuing story that makes them amazing to play through. Yes, you have to play through original Black and White to get to them, and original Black and White is a slog at the beginning. But in the end, Black and White 2 are some of the best Pokemon games. Not quite as good as Platinum in my opinion, but Oras. Mega Evolution makes me really like Oras. If this was just full opinion, I would put them below Fire Red and Leaf Green if it was just how much I enjoyed them. But I do think they are better games to play in 2025. Updated mechanics, EXP share, DexNav's a shit ton of fun. They're just really good games. I greatly enjoy them. Sun and Moon. I'm gonna put Sun and Moon in top of C tier. They're good. I wasn't a big fan of Team Skull, I think it is. But also, there's no reason to play through Sun and Moon when Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon exist and are just significantly better with the fun post-game Ultra Wormhole mechanics for shiny hunting and catching legendaries. Oh shit, I forgot X and Y. I completely skipped those. X and Y are top of B tier. X and Y was the first games that I was like conscious, not a child. I was like semi-conscious for like 13 or 14, which yes, still a child, but like able to be aware of things and keep track of things. And I like heavily watched all of the lead up to X and Y, all the countdowns and leaks and everything. And the hype around it was amazing. And I think Mega Evolution is the best mechanic that they've added. I fucking love Johto. Nah, they could stay in B tier. Really fun games, but they are also extremely easy. Which, this is my opinion, so I'm leaving them where they're at. If you're looking for a game to get into the Pokemon series, I'd say for like a where you should start, that's kind of where they fit. Maybe below Fire Red and Leaf Green since Kanto's iconic, but okay. Yeah, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are under X and Y in my opinion. I'd rather play through X and Y. But they're there. The Z crystals are, yeah, whatever. I didn't like them. I liked them more than Dynamax, but yeah. Next up is Sword and Shield that I'm going to put at the bottom of B tier. Not my cup of tea. I enjoyed them when I first played them, but I've been completely unable to go back and replay them. So, and I didn't even really do any competitive that time around. Legends Arceus. We'll save for last. Scarlet and Violet on Switch 1, I put right here at the bottom of A tier. They were the first time since since X and Y that I like really enjoyed and got immersed in a Pokemon game and had fun with it. It was a wonderful experience. Yes, it was laggy. Yes, it was glitchy. Yes, my game crashed a few times. But it was a great experience, and I really love the Pokemon that are in it. And I think Switch 2 edition, with performance fixes, better FPS and graphics, and better spawn rates. I have yet to get to do a Switch 2 playthrough yet, but I believe I would put it S tier or very top of A. And Legends Arceus, S tier. It's different than every other Pokemon game, and it is so much fun. I played like 150 hours on one save. I'm still playing that same save occasionally just to go massive mass outbreak hunt shinies, and still trying to perfect my decks. There's a lot to do in it. And it was, as well as Scarlet and Violet, just like an excellent experience that I got really immersed into and had a shit ton of fun with. Yeah, that's it. I think this is where everything stands in my eyes. I think Pokemon Red and Blue are the only games entirely worth just skipping. Like, I would... If you've played Yellow and Fire Red and Leaf Green, you don't need to play Red and Blue. Everything else, I would say I would go ahead and try and at least play once, maybe not beat, but just get a couple gym badges in and get a feel for it, and then if you want, push the rest of the way through. Everything C tier and up though, or B tier and up, I would say at least one game of each pair deserves a playthrough. A lot of these are really fun games. I love Pokemon. I've had a great time with Pokemon my whole life. And I think these are wonderful games that I would like to see a lot of people playing. So yeah, that's where the tier list stands. I think Platinum and Legends Arceus are the best Pokemon games. And Fire Red and Leaf Green were my games growing up. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your favorite Pokemon game is and where you would place things on this tier list. Would you have set things differently than this, or do you pretty much agree? Let me know. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.